If you want dreadlocks now, go to greatlocks.com and get the tools you need. The Great Locks crochet hook is made to instantly lock up your dreadlocks, and the interlock tool is made to maintain your roots. So click the link down below to get the bundle now. Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to an episode of Great Locks. I'm Gunther the Great, and today we're taking a look at JD Youngin's dreadlocks. Make sure to stay to the end of this video to see what's happening to JD Youngin's dreadlocks. And also, comment down below how long you've had your dreadlocks. Other than that, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, first look, JD Youngin's dreadlocks. I feel like we typically see him with his hairstyle with the pineapple at the top, and it's really clean hairstyle. And with me saying typically, I've actually done another video on him. And of course, if you want to see how he started out his dreadlocks, make sure to go check that video out. One thing I think was interesting is looking at this photo with his hair actually being down. It just is a whole different look. Now with his hair being down, you're able to see how big that front taper is on his dreadlocks. Now I feel that his front taper is quite long compared to other people who do a front tapered hairline. His looks like it's about 3 inches long, and typically people will do about an inch, maybe even half an inch or even shorter than that with a tapered hairline. Now I'm not sure if this was intentional or if this is something that just gradually happened over time, because that happens as well, to where if people do a tapered hairline and then they keep pushing it back over time on accident, that definitely is possible. But overall, his dreadlocks themselves are really clean and very well put together. But looking at his roots now compared to the first video that I did, it's starting to show that he's going somewhat of a semi-freeform. And the reason you can tell this is because the tips of his dreadlocks and the lengths of them are pretty well maintained and very well put together. But down by the roots, they're pretty thick, and when you see the roots becoming thicker, it shows that the person went through a time period of not maintaining their dreadlocks. So for instance, if he typically does twisting with gel to maintain his dreadlocks, then that's what's going to maintain his roots. But if he stops maintaining it, now of course it'll stay within its sections because they're so well maintained. Now of course you would have to actually do separation and stuff like that. But regardless, if you're not twisting the roots, it's going to get bunched up, or a better word would be clumped up at the roots, and then it's going to become thicker at the roots, and then there's going to be a point in time where the hair grows out, and you're just going to be able to see that time period of you not maintaining your dreadlocks. Now of course we do see that his hair is twisted, but it's still pretty evident, showing that there was a time period to where he didn't really maintain his dreadlocks as much as he used to. But we've seen him graduate to this new hairstyle of doing kind of a bun at the front of his hair. I'm not exactly sure why he's doing this. Now of course a simple answer would be that he's just doing it for the style. But then again, I mean, it could be because his tapered hairline is getting pushed back even further. But the interesting thing about it is he's not experiencing hair loss, it's just that his tapered hairline is getting pushed back. And of course there's other things that we're going to get into here in a little bit. But regardless, I still feel like the way that he styles his dreadlocks are very unique and honestly really interesting, because when he does the bun, or if he does the pineapple top, he still allows a little bit of give at the roots, which gives it this kind of bulging look at the base. And overall, in my opinion, looks really cool. Now this is my prime example of what I was talking about this whole entire video. First off, you see the tapered hairline is really far back. And not only that, but if you look at his roots, like, this is the most new growth I've seen with his dreadlocks. But even with that being said, he has 2-strand twists in, and then he has those in 2-strand twists, which is just really interesting, seeing that he has these hairstyles in, but his roots are not maintained. And that just goes to show that if you don't maintain your hair, it will get away from you. Now there are a few risks with this, but then there's also a few benefits. The benefits are that you're not going to have a whole lot of tension on the scalp, because you're allowing the hair time to breathe pretty much, because you're not doing any retwisting and you're not putting any intentional pressure on the scalp. But on the flip side of that is when you come back and start doing maintenance again, like we see in this photo, we see that his hair has went through this change of having some pretty overgrown roots to being retwisted again. And of course it does look like he did 2-strand twists with his retwist, or braids or something of that sort, because his hair is curly. But you can obviously see that towards his roots they are thicker, and that just comes from him not maintaining the hair for some time and then coming back in and then doing a retwist like we do see. But I've told you the benefit of not putting intentional pressure on the scalp. But like I said, the issue is when you come back and do a retwist again, it can result in some single strands actually being tighter than others. So for instance, look at it this way. If you allow your roots to be overgrown without retwisting, some of the hair can get loose, some of the hair can get tight, and it really just depends. And then what could happen is when you come back in and retwist, that hair that has gotten loose leaves the hair that is still tight at risk of being pulled when you do the retwist, meaning that you're going to have these single strands of hair that are getting pulled at the scalp, which can be really bad, because of course that can result in traction alopecia, which then can result in hair loss, and there's just a lot of things that can come from it. But of course, if you do it properly and actually comb out your roots, which you're supposed to do before every retwist anyway, then you're going to be completely fine. Just be very cautious. If you go to a loctician, make sure you let them know that there's tugging at the scalp and for them to really do it properly. And I would even highly recommend it. Learn how to do your dreadlocks yourself. Get the tools you need from greatlocks.com and begin to do your dreadlocks on your own. Because then you're going to learn how your scalp feels. You're going to learn everything you need to know about your hair. And not only that, but you're going to be able to save a whole lot of money not going to a loctician and paying for the sessions for you to get retwists and so many other things. So the best thing to do is just to eliminate the risk and know how to do these things yourself. But other than that, I still feel that JD Youngin's dreadlocks are very iconic, especially with the hairstyles that he does. So I want to hear you guys' comments down below. And don't forget to go to greatlocks.com to get the tools you need for your dreadlocks. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
All right, so here's a quick update. Greatlocks.com has all new low prices. The Greatlocks crochet hook is now only $8, and the locking bundle is only $12, and the Greatlocks interlock tool is only $5 now. Guys, this is the average cost of going to a loctician to get your dreadlocks done. So go to greatlocks.com to experience low prices on the Greatlocks crochet hook, locking bundle, and the Greatlocks interlock tool while the prices are low. This is better than our 4th of July sale and our Black Friday sale. This is a big thank you from greatlocks.com for supporting us in our first year. I encourage you to save money and do it yourself. So go to greatlocks.com and order now.